راز ما تویی و سرانجام ما تویی بی تو مسیر عشق به آخر نمیرسد.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. So Wahab ibn Wahab was one of the companions of Imam al-Hussein that gave his life for our third holy Imam on the plains of Karbala. What really stood out about Wahab was that, according to some of our early narrations, namely Sheikh Saduq al-Amali, he says that Wahab was a person that the holy Imam al-Hussein converted from Christianity to Islam. So on the way to Karbala, in his campaign, whilst moving towards Karbala, he came across Wahab, and Wahab was mesmerized by Imam Hussein's personality and converted to Islam alongside his mother and joined the ranks of Imam Hussein. As they approached Karbala and the day of Ashura happened, Wahab was one of those that stepped forward and opted to fight against the enemy and gave his life for our holy Imam. In Amali of Sheikh Saduq, it's mentioned that Wahab was a Christian that converted. When it reached the day of Karbala, he stepped forward and he rode his horse. He took the pillar of the tent out and he attacked the enemy like this. He killed many of the enemy, and he was also in the end taken off his horse. In fact, when he was taken off his horse, he was taken as prisoner. When he was taken as prisoner, he was taken to Umar ibn Sa'd, who Umar ibn Sa'd instructed that this person's head needs to be severed. And his head was severed and the head was thrown towards the tents of Imam al-Hussein. As this head was taken by his mother, the mother stepped forward with the sword of Wahab and tried to attack the enemy, and Imam Hussein asks her to stay back and remain at the tents and tells her that jihad has been lifted from women and the obligation is not upon women for them to go to jihad. A very beautiful story of a person who wasn't even a Muslim, but yet the message of Imam Hussein was so vast and so broad that all of humanity get attracted towards this call of Imam Hussein. And that's when he converts, he sees the truth and he says that, no, this is the correct religion, and he follows the correct message of Islam. And he doesn't stop over there. He doesn't say that I need some time to think about things. He's such a devoted believer. He's submitted himself so fully in this path that he gives his life for our holy Imam. And not only him, you see, his mother is ready to also give her life for our holy Imam and Ahlul Bayt. This just goes to show that Imam Hussein had such a vast message, such a beautiful call, that any person that's heart is awake, any person that wants to seek the truth, any person that wants to follow the right way would join. And that message is alive for us today. How many of Imam Hussein's teachings, and to what extent do we follow the path that Imam Hussein has set out? Imam Hussein, the same call that he had to Wahab, has to us today. He tells us that we need to obey Allah, we need to devote ourselves to Allah. We need to be at the service of our Imam. Are we the same or not? If yes, then we are also following the path of Wahab. And it's narrated that Imam Hussein, when Wahab gave his life and his mother tried to also give her life, and the Imam stopped her, the Imam called out and said, Innaki wabnaki ma'ajaddi Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa alihi fil jannah. You and your son are with my grandfather, the Holy Prophet, in Jannah. What a rank Wahab attained. How did he attain this rank? He attained this rank through devoting himself. We also can attain this rank, and Wahab can be a role model for us if we also decide to follow the path of Allah, the path of his Imam, the path of our Wali, and obey the Wali and Allah in every instance of our life. When it comes to the opposite gender, when it comes to music, when it comes to business deals, when it comes to all of the different instances that we have in our life. We pray to Allah that we get a chance to follow the path of Wahab and be amongst those that give everything they have for their Imam. وصلى الله على محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.